What's up, everybody? Hope you've had a wonderful Saturday. This one resoundingly won. So my top 5 Braves villains. We all know Kent Hrbek is the #1 Braves villain in history. What he did in the World Series, pushing, I believe it was Ron Gant, deliberately off the bases, ruining some chances we had to hoist the trophy that year. Still grinds my gears to this day. So obviously he's #1 in history, but I'm going to go modern day. These 5 players have either made enemies with our players or stole some historic moments that we would have been able to see. That's why I call them enemies or villains. So here we go. Number 5 is Yadier Molina. He's one that if he's on your team, you really, really like him. But the last few times we've had to play the Cardinals in the postseason and him complaining about us bat flipping when we had some good things, or Dansby Swanson cheering and stuff at second base when he had that big hit, and then him basically helicopter throwing the bat when he walked off Game 4. I have no problem with him doing that because of the moment and stuff. But if you have a problem doing it, then you need to honor what you said and don't be a hypocrite. And I think Yadier Molina has been a hypocrite and a thorn in a lot of people's sides. That's why I put him at number 5. Number 4 is Justin Bour. The 2015 game against the Marlins with Shelby Miller, 1 out away from a no-hitter. And that 2015 season, Shelby Miller was the only thing that was celebrated that year. And that Justin Bour hit, clean hit, right up the middle, almost just so close. And the memory I get is A.J. Brzezinski spinning around, just so devastated that we couldn't get that last out. And every time I play MLB The Show and I give up a hit like that, right up the middle hit, we always call it the Justin Bour hit. And I always am disgusted by that when I do it on a video game. So definitely one of the more fun / heartbreaking moments in Braves history. Number 3 is another significant moment like that. The Sean Newcomb, Chris Taylor. I think it was in 2017, maybe 2018, can't remember. But Chris Taylor, 134 pitch, beautiful game by Sean Newcomb. 101 of those were fastballs, and to be able to do that against the vaunted Dodger lineup with Cody Bellinger, Justin Turner, Matt Kemp in his heyday, it was just a masterful performance. And that one fastball just left up high enough and barely out of the reach of Johan Camargo. Just one of those you go, ah! And Chris Taylor is always going to be on that list there, so that's why that's number 3. Another near no-hitter. We haven't had one since 1993. It would be nice to add that to our feather in the cap. My prediction is Mike Soroka is going to do it, but that's just for another day. Number 2 is Darwin Barney doing that dive in the hole to rob Dan Uggla of his 34th consecutive game with a hit. And that 33-game hit streak is the longest in the MLB Network era, 33 games. And given that record itself is seemingly unbreakable, and that's the longest hit streak we've seen in the last few years. I think Whit Merrifield got to 24, and Dan Uggla, being as much of a bust as he was, he only had that one great year with that 33-game hit streak, and having Darwin Barney be the one to break it up, a diving play in the hole. Darwin Barney's always going to be an enemy in Braves fans' eyes. And obviously, number 1 is Jose Urena, who got tired of Ronald Acuna making their pitching staff fish fry, and he took it into his own hands. It was the stretch of 8 homers in 9 games, and he didn't like that, and it was the most intentional hit by pitch I've ever seen, and will forever be on the top of my villain list against the Braves in terms of that, because there's just no reason for that. Pitch better, and you might get a chance to get him out, but Acuna's had the last laugh with some epic bat flips, and continuing to torment the Marlins is the best revenge possible. And Urena has officially ruined his reputation in major leagues for me, because you never know what he'll do to respond to someone, a star, doing the best at his job. So he will always be one that I will never respect or like to face, other than the fact that we scored 10, 11 runs on him every time. So that's my list. Top 5 enemies or villains currently for the Braves. Hope you agree. Hope you enjoy. As always, go Braves.